If you click it on this video, you probably are thinking that you should learn English, but you don't really know why you should learn. So I will tell you my story and tell everything good that happened to me because I know English. All the good opportunities that I have in my life right now just because of English. I will tell you what I did to learn English, when I realized that English was so important, and how you can do it by yourself. Recently, I was talking to my husband that I don't actually remember a part of my life that I didn't know English. I know that this isn't possible because I'm from Brazil, so I wasn't born speaking English, but since I was very young, my mom always told me that I loved the English classes and I would go home talking in English and telling her all the things that I've learned. So since a very young age, I had English in my life. I know this is kind of a privilege, not everyone has this opportunity, and I'm really happy that I had. Growing up, I always was able to go to the computer and search things online, and very soon I realized that everything was in English. I fell in love with One Direction, a British boy band from the 2010s, and they spoke English and I didn't, so I had to learn because I wanted to know what they were doing, you know. So imagine myself in Brazil, in the countryside of Brazil actually, with like 11, 12, 13 years, just having to know English because I wanted to know what Harry Styles and Louis Tomlinson were doing today. Being a One Direction fan was actually one of the things that made my English go to another level, because very soon I realized that everything was in English. When I say that, it's like everything. If you want to learn something new, the first thing you're gonna see will be an English book or an English video telling how you can do it. And this was something that pissed me off because I spoke only Portuguese by that time, and I wanted to be able to understand the English videos and be able to learn new things. Back in those days, I was very interested on editing images and also making blogs because of One Direction. So all the tutorials and the majority of things online were in English. And soon I realized I have to learn English if I want to learn new things online. This mindset helped me so much because instead of being angry that everything was in English, I had another insight that if everything's in English, I should learn English so I can be able to know everything that is happening in the world. So because of One Direction, I started to translating the songs and to making the words make sense, to try the pronunciation, to make like a list of words, a list of vocabulary. And because of this, I was reading a lot of English on those days. Look, maybe I'm being a little dramatic here, but I think that I fell in love with English, not because it was the most spoken language in the world, but because it was easy for me to understand it and everything made sense. Of course, I was a teenager, so I had a lot of free time, and as I mentioned before, since I was a child, I had contact with English at school. I also have to give like a shout out to my mom because she always made me like English things. Since I was younger, she always incentivized me to read in English, to listen to music in English. Other people from my family, they think it was silly because I'm from Brazil and I speak Portuguese, so why should I lose a lot of time learning another language or even consuming that content in another language, you know? So thanks, Mom, you made me what I am right now. Moving on, because I had some facility with English and I was able to study, and because of my mom, I had experiences abroad, I was able to understand and to teach English in a very young age. I saw that knowing English, I was able to talk about the things that I like, to read about it, to listen about it more than people that didn't know. And soon I realized that I could make a profit out of this. When I say this, it's because I turned English into my job. Right now, I'm an English teacher and I have a degree on it. I gave private lessons. I also teach it at schools, and right now I'm teaching online for private students and also here on YouTube and other platforms. So out of a hobby and just something to do when I was not at school because I wanted to know more about One Direction, I turned this into my job, and being honest, most of my personality is based on this too. Nowadays, when I think about English, I see that I never lost an opportunity in my life because I didn't know English. And now that I have a lot of private students, I can see that they lost opportunities because of this, and now they are trying to recover from the time they lost. If the story of a 13-year-old that loved One Direction and learned English because of this and changed her life and now has a YouTube channel and a job out of this didn't make you think about learning English, I will give you now some reasons why I think English is like an essential skill nowadays. First, knowing English, you can show your work, you can show the world the things you know how to do, the things you have a lot of knowledge about to everyone. Just because you know English, you can show your work to like an infinity possibility of audience. Because nowadays, it's not enough for you to show to your neighbors, to your friends, to your family. You have to be able to tell the things you do to all the world. And what is the language that connects everyone? That's right, English. 2. Nothing can stop you from learning. All the videos you're gonna see when you are first trying to learn something, they will be in English. All the ebooks, all the old books, the classic literature, normally all these things are in English. If you know English, nothing can stop you. And you even create the possibilities to choose what you want to learn. You're not obligated to only watch the video that is in Portuguese or Spanish, Italian, I don't know. You can choose what material you want to consume. 3. Your range of possibility is like unlimited. You can have better jobs, you can go to another country, you can do a lot of traveling, and you don't have to depend on translators or phones or other people. You can do this all by yourself. I hope you could see how English can change your life and can make the possibilities for you easier and more tangible after this video. In this video, I aimed to show you how English changed the life of a teenage girl and made this my job, and also gave me the possibility to show my work to all the world. And now I have people here from another countries, and I have students that live in another countries, and I just love so much that English gave me this possibility. When I think about other jobs, I don't know how I could do it if I didn't know how to speak in English. So I just love English so much, and I'm so enthusiastic to talk about language learning. If you have any interest in learning English, I encourage you to subscribe in my channel because I have shorts and I have other videos that I speak in English too, so you can try your listening skills. And every week I try to bring something new so you can learn more and more. That's it, everyone. This is everything for today from your English bestie, Yasmin. Bye bye!